Hello students, I'm Miss Sumita from Jipal School, Behranpur. Nowadays we are so self-centered and disoriented, not concerned about our Mother Earth which sustains our lives. This poem, The Heart of the Tree, reminds all of us the importance of planting trees. The poet, Henry Culler Burner, begins the poem with the refrain and set the tone with the entire poem. The poet emphasizes the usefulness of planting trees. Let's begin our poem. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants a friend of sun and sky. He plants the flag of breezes free, the shaft of beauty towering high. He plants a home to heaven and I. For song and mother croon of bird, in hushed and happy twilight heard, the treble of heaven's harmony, these things he plants who plants a tree. The repetition of a question in each stanza is a poetic technique known as hypophora. It is a figure of speech in which the person presents a question and then follows with an answer that we can see very well in the second line, where he says that when the tree grows, it becomes a friend with the sun and the sky. So, planting a tree is like making harmonious friends with other elements of nature. The poet goes on to compare trees as flags flying freely in strong breezes like towering shaft of beauty and strength. As the stem of a tree grows, it resembles a formidable and majestic tower that reaches the sky. The poet personifies the tree when he calls it a friend of sun and sky. The flag of breezes free and the shaft of beauty towering high are the two examples of metaphor where two different things are compared, but there is a point of similarity. Leafy branches of a tree are compared to a flag, and the stem is compared to a beautiful shaft standing high. Trees also provide nesting space for birds. So, by planting trees, we provide them, and in return, hear their beautiful songs of praise for nature. We are captivated by the melodious tone of the birds, where the mother bird sings to her young ones happily with a soft and gentle voice in the moonlight. In the fifth and eighth line of the first stanza, the poet uses metonymy, where he says, he plants a home to heaven and I, and the treble of heaven's harmony. Metonymy is a figure of speech where one word and praise is substituted by another one closely associated with it. This entire stanza emphasizes the benefits of the trees in providing harmony to nature, which the poet compares to heavenly peace. The sound which birds make in the sky that matched very well in the sky. Rhyming words are also used in this stanza. They are tree, free, sky, high, anai, bird, herd. Alliteration used here are sun and sky, flag of breezes free, and hushed and happy. Let's move on to the second stanza of this poem. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants cool shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. He plants the glory of the plain, he plants the forest's heritage, the harvest of a coming age, the joy that unborn eyes shall see. These things he plants who plants a tree. The poet says that the trees give us cool shades, soft rain to provide us relief from the unbearable heat of the sun. He beautifully narrates the cycle of regrowth as the tree provides seed and bud which develop into new trees and a dense forest. The poet refers here the cycle of life which is never ending. Things bloom and then fade, only to be born again. Presence of trees in the surrounding make green and beautiful. Therefore, he says, if we plant a tree, now will grow into a big tree, which will be the part of forest and that will be enjoyed by our future generation. Unborn eyes, the poet refers here to the future generations who are still unborn but will born in the future and will find pleasure in the sight of the tree. Now, question arises here. Who will take the credit for all this? Obviously, it is the one who plants a tree. Metonymy is used here, that is, the joy that unborn eyes shall see. The poet makes an appeal to all of us to plant a tree. Now let's move to the next stanza. What does he plant who plants a tree? He plants in sap and leaf and wood, in love of home and loyalty, and forecast thought of civic good. His blessings on the neighborhood, who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of all our land. A nation's growth from sea to sea stirs in his heart who plants a tree. In the last stanza, the poet asks the same question to emphasize the central message of the need of planting trees. He plants in sap and leaf and wood. It's refer to a tree and also a metonymy. The poet highlights that the planting of a tree shows a level of sensitivity. It brings and creates a prosperous future for mankind. Planting a tree is part of building a nation and society. All these are reflected in every cell of the tree. The last line of the poem speaks about the man's heart, his feelings, dreams, and wishes behind planting the trees. Planting a tree is likened to a man who plants a heart that pumps life, and also planting trees make the atmosphere fresh and pollution free. Hollow of his hand is the alliteration used here. Rhyming scheme used in this entire poem is A, B, A, B, B, C, C, A, A. What themes can you give for this beautiful poem? The themes can be number 1, usefulness of trees and the greatness of the man who plants a tree. Number 2, importance of trees for our survival. Number 3, concern for the future of the earth. Now, let us discuss the central idea of the poem. The central idea of the poem, The Heart of the Tree by Henry Burner, is a poem that speaks about planting trees and the beauty and also the benefits of it. But the core idea is very simple thing. Like planting a tree is associated with greater noble cause. The selfless act proves to benefit the larger good of the society, the present and the generation to come. There is a strong relationship between man and tree, and for our survival, we need to ensure that the trees keep growing like beautiful towers that reach the sky. Thank you.